Good evening, all. I'm glad to see there's a bunch of you. Oh, I should put this in my ear and make sure that my sound's working. Although you can all tell me that. Where the heck is... Oh, here we go. Should actually be able to hear this. Which way is which? Alright, this is the left one. Alright. I know my stream is working. Okay, great. How is everybody? Is everybody doing good tonight? Because I'm doing good. I'm here with all of you. So, how could things be bad? I'm not at work. I think that's the best part. I'm not at my job. So, I don't hate my job, but I definitely like painting a lot more. Hi, Kevin. Let's see. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Gareth. Hi, Cold Hard Case. And, of course, hi, Bunny. And I hope I didn't miss
Grab some
anybody.
water, refill those clips, and let's get back out there.
I'm gonna probably. I just realized how little actually 20 bits is. But don't worry, I won't. I was thinking maybe I should make it a 50-cent thing for me to take a drink. All right. Whoop. Come on, silly computer, stop doing that. I know they put a feature in on my basically on the bottom of your window, of your computer. On a Mac it's called the dock. I don't remember what it is on the toolbar or whatever. That has the weather, and if you scroll mouse over it, I get this big huge window that has news and stuff all over it. So, bah. The taskbar, thank you. All right, so back to this guy, and I got a lot more green on him. They've been sort of debating. I think I want to take the vine and make it a little more brown, especially in the big parts, because a lot of times that's the case. Oh, I'm doomed. You know what? By the way, if you guys use the hydrate using the bits, yeah. See, I'm gonna bump up my. I probably should charge more. I realize bits are what, a penny a piece or something like that. So basically, I think it might be worth more than 20 cents for me to hydrate myself on Q. Also, if you notice, I did add something. It's a goal. It's a goal for me, but I like to do giveaways, and I've got so many minis to do giveaways with. So, but I kind of want to get paid to a degree. More or less, I actually want to reward somebody who actually throws money at my channel and supports me. So if I get to 50 subs, no time limit here, okay? Whenever I get to 50 subs, I will do a giveaway for one of my subscribers. But so I put a bar there, because I love graphics. And that's what that's for. So right now I have 8 subs. Woo! I'm actually surprised to even have that many. So it said at some point, hopefully I'm still planning on trying to get some emotes and stuff to add to this channel. And just work has just been awful. It's been so busy. And it doesn't help now that my supervisor she's on vacation for the rest of the week. So we'll see if I survive. There's only me and her in my department, so that'll be fun. What color do I want? Alright, so I want to add a little brown back into those, at least into the thicker parts of the vines. Like, like basically this sort of thing right here. Right? Get to where my camera is focused, I think. I feel like it's a little too green. Also looks like I missed a spot. Kind of hard to tell sometimes. Oh, I guess there is a vine that goes here. But I want to add a little brown back into it. So let's see. Maybe I'll try. I've been going back and forth if I want to go the lighter one or the darker one. I think I'm going to go the darker wood stain brown. So alright, I gotta shake this paint up. The Reaper paints, I know, I really probably should have a warthog like everyone else does, that aka paint shaker. But I don't have any issues with carpal tunnel, so I'm good. Well, it's always, it's always worth it if you're tired the next day, if you've been playing a game. It's always worth it. I never have any regrets. So I want to take, and I want to keep this paint, because I actually have a wet palette. I'm going to move my paint over. I do have a wet palette, and I do want to keep the paint in. So when I put it on there, my palette is very wet right now because I forgot my paper towel. That's smart. Thankfully, we have some sitting here. But I just did it, so my palette is super wet, so it's gonna make my paint a little more runny.
Moist.
Moist. Yay, Bunny! I'm so happy you're painting along, and I assume you're painting this too. So we have a new member of the club. Moist paint. I have other sound effects too that might be worth it. You want to always keep your paints moist. So I'm going to go in here, and I just want to kind of hit it with a bit of this brown. Make it a little more. Take it a little bit from green. And so when you get large, it seems like the thicker that and the older that vines get, they do seem to turn a bit more on the brown side. So this brown actually sort of tends, you kind of scooch this into the scene. So this brown actually sort of tends to have it's got kind of goes toward the greenish side of things. See? And if I find it's a little too thick and it's covering up a little too much, I'm gonna go back over it. Basically wipe my, clean my brush and then go back over it. That's a little bit more what I'm looking for. Well, that's fine. I'm glad you're watching Cold Hard Case. I said I do enjoy it because one of the things I like to do is inspire people to take up this hobby, or inspire people who already have. Inspiration's a big thing. It's the reason why I picked the Muse as my brand, because a muse is a figure that inspires artists. But if you're just watching, that's great too. I mean, maybe you'll get inspired by it, but I love people hanging out here. I mean, what can I say? If I don't have anybody to talk to, then I just basically, it's an instructional video. But that's why I've been I now realize, I think my new little catchphrase is going to be, this is the Painted Hero Tavern, where I sling or serve inspiration and conversation, because that kind of rhymes. I can just talk to myself. Kevin goes, you can just talk to yourself. I do that all the time. Well, you aren't the only one, Kevin. I actually do it too. Especially when I'm at work. So these vines are a little smaller, so I want to keep them a little bit greener. Oh, I think I gotta get in here. So how's everybody's day? Anybody got anything interesting they want that they're up to, or they want to share? I'll talk about anything gaming related or otherwise. What color did I paint this? I know it was Linny green, but what color did I start this with? Here's where the memory. Usually I'm pretty good at remembering what I did. I think it was leaf green. Wait, no, it was Hodag green. Aha, I do remember. Let's see. Oh, Kiki's been doing homebrew stuff. Yeah, I love homebrew campaigns and games. I don't mind the published stuff either, but I really love homebrew because you never really know what to expect. Let me see. That one important thing is, oh, maybe that's okay. One important thing is when you want to make sure you're checking for the actual color, you want to make sure the paint dries. So because until the paint dries, you can't see what color truly is going to end up. I think I'm really happy with that color. I might want to do some highlighting on it, but I'm pretty happy with that. So where did I see? Oh yeah, I missed the vines coming down here, I think. They aren't green enough. So definitely, oh, I think I missed that. There's going to be a lot of this with this mini of I missed this. So let's see, Gareth got Michael Mortar's Furioso Dreadnought today. So I'll be doing some assembly on that right now. What are you painting on your stream tonight, Gareth? By the way, what do you decide to do? Are you doing any more Star Wars stuff, or are you doing something different? And Geeky said, for my first game, I had it yesterday, so I'm preparing for next week. Are these? So is this Is there anybody I know that's in that game that you had yesterday? Are Frog and Dawn in that game, or is Dawn GMing it? Or Frog, for that matter? Frog says he's gonna pop by here at some point tonight. Probably getting some dinner. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's see. So Gareth on the stream tonight, hopefully finishing up the Stormtroopers, have a few highlights of to do in bases. Oh, you know what? I definitely need to tune in tonight because I need to see how you're doing your bases on your Star Wars stuff. Assuming that's all that's all going to Michael too, right? Because I need to actually, I'm at the point now with my order I'm doing for him. I need to do I've got the bases left. And it'd be nice to actually kind of sort of match you. So I should probably watch. Oh, you're DMing. Oh, cool. So Geeky's actually DMing. That's a big step. And Frog Dong and NCA are my players. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like a fun group. So basically now I'm taking a little bit of this brown and I'm mixing it into that lighter green because I do want to do some highlighting on that. Okay, I'll go over, so Gareth is going to go over how he's doing those bases, but they're mostly done. That'd be cool. I kind of actually need to know. I think Michael sent me like some colors that he put in. I also bought some, it says it's sand, but I think it's like highly textured for little teeny tiny battle scenes. Oh, Kevin, it's like AK. Kevin, you're the one that recommended that stuff, actually. I can't remember the company name, and I know you'll know it. AK Interactive, yeah. So I picked up some of their sand, because it's Tatooine, so it makes sense that it would be sand. So I'm thinking of doing that because but it's really, really fine grit, if there's a grit at all. Actually, I don't know if this is light. This isn't light enough. Using Vallejo gray sand ground texture and then painting it sand color. I'm actually, how coarse is the sand, by the way, for that? I'm going to lighten this up more. I'm going to use a little bit of that jungle color I used in the moss. I mean, is it really coarse sand, or is it or is it, I don't know. How's the grit? I don't feel like I have enough paint on here either. Very fine, but looks great to scale to. Oh, I wonder. I wonder if it worked then. Because I bought this. The thing about the AK Interactive is the fact that you get large quantities of it. So I need to, basically, I kind of want to use it. I was thinking about actually taking some sand, some actual sand, and adding it to the AK stuff because it is really, really fine. But I have to see. I have to check out what you did. All right, this is a little lighter. I want to add. I want to add a little bit of lightness to this. I'm hitting it very lightly too. There's a lot of light. It's a lot of statements I'm making with the word light in it right now. I'm just trying to hit the higher areas to give it a little highlighting. It's funny. I was planning on doing working more on the moss, all this moss stuff, and I was like, maybe I'll work on the vines. I also don't want too much. This is not dry brushing, but I don't want too much. See, I guess it's a little heavy. I'm gonna go back in there and take it down a little bit. The AK stuff is really designed for people who do scale models, tanks, planes, battleships. I feel like it goes like you have a set of the really teeny tiny minis. We have the little teeny tiny tanks, and I can picture the beaches at Normandy and such that it would be really good for. But I'm looking forward to trying it. And I'm at the point now with those Star Wars guys that I'm at the point of trying it. Don't tell Michael. He doesn't know they're almost done. On his tummy, is that mushrooms or brown? Yeah, that's a great question. So, I know you're talking about. So Bunny's talking about this right here. Whether or not it's grapes or mushrooms. So there's three of us here working on that. So Gareth, I know you're working. While you're working, what did you paint them as? They do look like grapes, but they also don't look very uniform to me. So I'm not really 100% sure what they're supposed to be. There's plenty on this. I'm not even sure what's supposed to be. No, oh, and how about the pumps on his butt? Yeah, you're talking about these. I almost... Yeah, I was going to look at the moss and see if maybe there's somehow in the moss. And you get these bumps here. I mean, there's bumps all over this thing. They might be berries. I haven't painted them yet. Well, how will you paint them? Are you going to paint them as berries? I was thinking about that too. The front is berries, I think. Yeah, I like to think so too. But you know what? Here's the rule of thumb. If no one's really sure, then so be it. Paint them however you want. You can make that determination of what they really are. If they're grapes, if they're grapes for me, that'd be perfect because I could paint them purple. Because I love purple. Everybody knows I love purple. So I'm going to keep adding, keep highlighting. I love this. I really do love this community challenge. You know, there's also bumps in here that look like they could be grapes too. The vines and leaves do look like grape foliage. I don't know, is there vines and, I mean, it's possible. But it doesn't look like, I mean, what doesn't look like to me is oh, there's a leaf right there. So maybe. But it's like the grapes really don't seem to be hanging off any of the actual vines. Well, I realize now I think I actually got to hit something in here. Because that's sort of hanging down. I think the neat thing about this piece is the fact that there is a lot of freedom. There's a lot of subject to interpretation with it. And I think that's really kind of cool about this particular piece. I'm going to go back in and hit that. Of course, on the flip side, there's also so many. I'm going to flatten that color out a bit. There's also, I think, flowers on it too. I was talking about this. Right here, it looks like this. Where else? There's other ones. I think that looks like a flower. I want to say that might be too, because I think I see petals. I think some flowers would be lovely on this thing because, you know, we need more color. Painter's choice, absolutely. I think painter's choice is fine. I mean, if we don't know what it is, then no one else is either. So paint it however you want. It's absolutely the truth of the matter is. I may go over that. That's another thing you can do. If you want something to kind of be a highlight, you can always put a lighter color underneath and then paint over it. That'll do it. That'll lighten up the color. The colors underneath. Flowers! That's right. And Kevin's right. Or Crimson's right. The only person who knows is the sculptor. They know what they know what every single thing on this is supposed to be. You know, I suppose you could actually, you know, always do a Google search and see if there is any statements by the sculptors on what this stuff is. But honestly, I've said if I can't tell, you know, if we can't come to a consensus of what stuff is, then there's literally no reason why you can't do it however you want. I know, because there's a million other little bumps, like there's these bumps. I'm going with, no, that's the center of the flower. Then you get these bumps here, which could also be some sort of mushroom. It's tough. I said, I think that's another one of those flowers. All right. Like I'm still not quite. I know I want to get on something else other than vines. Tree acne. Yeah, Kevin, that's there's a thought. Tree acne. Come to think of it, there is that leaf. I'm going to make that leaf in here, right here. I'm going to go with, it's a little too brown. At least it looks like a leaf. As I said the other day, I'm a leaf on the wind. Splat. Oh, I know what else. There's like a longer thing there that I think. Yeah, I need to change that color up a bit. It's blending a little too much into my greenery there. I love the game of. What do you mean? Wait. But berries. What do you mean too soon? Oh, yeah. Never mind. I realized what you wrote afterwards. Yes, I know. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Because I'm a generally terrible person. Yet you all come and hang out with me, which I think is awesome. Even though I am a generally terrible person. Yes, he was. Although, he's actually oh, I'm going to forget the name of the show. He's actually doing another show right now where he's an alien. He's a space alien. Resident Alien. That is we saw, I think, the first 2 episodes of that. It is so good. It is so funny. He's just such an amazing actor. I'm not a terrible come on. How long have you haven't been hanging around me enough to know? I'm the worst. I say I go on Michael Mortar's stream all the time and say things like, I make a lot of comments about moist. Just to make him laugh on his stream. But let's face it, he's got a great laugh. It's worth making laugh for. Guess says I'll have to watch that. My breast. It is. It's really good and it's really funny. And he's not a good guy. Oh no. He's not a good guy at all. Maybe he becomes a good guy. I'm going to do a little lightening up on this. I don't know if it's the same. It doesn't look to me like it's the same type of moss as the stringy stuff they painted here, but it does kind of hang down. I may go over this with a little more green so I have something in between. So yeah, cold hard case, I do actually appreciate the sentiment, but I can be a really terrible person. Well, I mean, what do you want? I play D&D in a podcast called Murder Hobo Inc. I mean, how good a person I am to be in a show like that. So I want to make it a little more green because I don't think this is the same as the Spanish moss. So I'm gonna just go in here, make it a little bit bright green. But I was like the one hero on that show, so maybe I am a good person. It's a lot of fun playing a hero in a room full of bad guys. Although, don't tell them that. Some of them would admit to that. Otherwise, in the first campaign. In the current campaign, I'm not the only good guy. My bestie is also playing a good guy. As for the other two, not too sure. Alrighty. I am absolutely playing the what the hell is that game? What the hell is in there? There's also like something here that's like, I don't know what it is. Some sort of cluster with a couple leaves hanging out of it. I'm gonna darken up the middle of the leaf. So I'm gonna remind people that if you have any pictures of stuff, I'm link friendly. I dropped a ban hammer. Excuse me. I dropped a ban hammer on all the things that were banning links, so they now work. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the moss now. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna go to that Linny Green. So one of the Pathfinder in the Pathfinder paint line, which is where most of my paints come from. And because I don't think I got all the moss on this thing yet. I'm going with I'm trying to go with a fairly yellowish green moss. So I'm pretty sure this is all moss right here. Whatever the heck my husband's watching, it must be pretty funny. And it's not Resident Alien. Although we did already see the finale for Loki, and it was very, very good. I'm very, very sad. It was such a short series. I don't know about the rest of you all out there, but I definitely wish it was more. There were more episodes, because I can never have too much Loki. My favorite baddie. My favorite good guy? But yeah, I won't spoil it for anybody. But it was really good. Really enjoyed it. And if you read, I liked it. I'm not that particular, so. And my husband probably is 100% on the nose who the BBEG of the series. Yeah, at least although that's what I was disappointed in. Because Marvel's known for this, for putting, the little stinger at the end of the, after the credits. The after credit scenes. And what they do is all they did was put in confirmation that we're going to get another season. I'm like, what? What the hell is this crap? But it was nice to have confirmation. Well, I mean, I knew they would. I knew they were going to do another season. Just because of where they left that off. That is probably not moss. Oh, it is now. I might go over this. I see another one. I see a bunch of round bumps there too. Oh. Some of these things are really hard to figure out what they are. No, I have not seen Black Widow yet. We are planning on getting it though. I'd like to see Black Widow. Although I've heard I don't know anything about it, but the people who have seen it, it's been sort of lukewarm. I'm guessing you liked it, Cold Hard Case? So what'd you guys think of it? I am actually very curious as to what other people thought of it. Is it worth us spending, the money to get it in house? Because God knows, I don't have any friggin' time to actually go to a movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the end all be all of Marvel movies. That's fair. But I'm glad, I can't imagine a Marvel movie being like a total bust. Here, I'll move this back on screen. I'm going to make a little bit of my original color, my original purple, because I think I found another spot where it needs to be done. I think my actual colors are over here. These don't. Why are you two here? So the original color for this tree, the purple, was this dark smoke, which is sort of a very warm dark gray, and mixed in with Pharasma purple. Yes, I did say Marvel. We're talking about Black Widow, and we're talking about Loki. I said we're thinking about getting it, maybe charging some, because there's only two of us. So, but then again, movie prices at a movie theater. Really, you're not saving. If you spend $30, that's pretty much what you're going to spend at a movie theater. You'll even save money if you get your own drinks and popcorn. So where did I see that spot? Where I suspect it's, yeah, see this is right here. I think this actually should be purple. That's part of the tree. In fact, I'm going to take a look and see if there's anything else I'm kind of missing here. Your buddy bought it, so, well, did you chip in anything to help him pay for it? As I said, for my case, it's me and my hubby, and we probably spend $15 a piece going out to a movie theater. So, I don't really... I keep finding things that... And that's fine. That's in the recess, so I don't care if that's a little darker. There. You bought dinner. Well, considering the price of food these days, that probably is pretty good. Actually, I think I missed right here too. And it's still kind of shiny, so that tells me I can see the primer. I don't care, it's tree bark now. I love all these stumps and everything. Oh, that's it, there's so much character in this. Even within the bark itself, there's so much character on this piece. I know where else I think is moss. I'm kind of going back and forth here, filling in stuff that I missed. This looks like moss right here. It's that really fine textured. So I'm going to go with it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, so I'm pretty sure for everybody's doing this, I think that these are flowers, because that definitely looks like a center with some petals going around it. What else we got? I think that is more moss right in here.
Grab some water, refill those clips, and let's get back out there.
Oh yeah, somebody said oh, I know what it is. That's right, you can spend bits anonymously. That's what it is. The ironic thing is, you don't have to do it all. I will actually go and drink my Coke when I am thirsty. Then to make the light version of this, God, there's another flower right there. It's amazing. As I keep flipping this thing around, I find more and more and more and more things. I'm going to do as I catch it too. I think I want to go in here and add some more moss. Concentrated. Oh, that's a leaf. Sometimes too, as you paint through stuff, especially in if it's dark, you'll pick up stuff after you paint it. Or if it's very white or one colored. Don't worry, you always know what I do, son. I'll highlight a color. Hey, it's fine. If you want to be anonymous, I'm not going to knock it. I kept saying it was Pete the Priest, and now it's Pete the Hydrator, by the way. But I'm pretty sure he's in bed right now. Or half passed out. So I'm pretty sure it's not him. The one thing about this piece is a lot of sitting here and looking at it to try to find all the spots that I missed. Let's see. Looks like right there. And as I illustrate why I tend to paint the more recessed areas first, because you see I'm catching this thing right there. But I haven't painted it, so who cares? It's all good. Oh, I know. Well, it's great because we're both snarky people by nature. So I thought it was. I actually really dig the fact that he's snarky. He'll be back on Saturday to use as many channel points as he has on getting me to hydrate. Although I have a time limit on that. To like on the channel point one, it's like 15 minutes. On the bits one, it's unlimited. See, I'm smart. I'm smart at marketing. If I was smarter at marketing, I would have charged more. It said he's funny and makes me laugh and said I just wish he wasn't halfway around the world. I miss all my European friends. Although I'm happy to have all of you here who's away. You know, if you're from the other side of the pond, well, I commend you for actually being awake right now. And think maybe you're a little crazy. But you know, I stay up way too late on a nightly basis. So, how did I do that? I got green where it doesn't belong. But I do. I wish time zone. Who was it? Meredith was saying like time zones are bullshit. I wish we were all in the same time zone, but it does sort of make sense considering how the world works. Oh, that is not the right brush. So right now I'm actually highlighting some of the more of the wood spots. I can't help it. I enjoy painting the wood on this thing. I know where I gotta highlight. I gotta highlight that spot I found. right here. So you used a little bit of, what is it, Kraken purple, which is a very, very light gray, light purple. You mixed it into my color. To make this color. And it works really well as a highlight. Oh, no way. Put my elbow, I'm putting my arm into my, I'm whacking the paint bottle with it, which is not good. I don't want to knock it over. God, you guys are quiet tonight. I'm trying to think of what else to ask you guys, other than, if anything, I talked about my day. I hope everybody is having a much easier time at whatever you're doing, work, school, whatever. I hope you're having an easier time than I am right now. Well, that's good. That's true. Oh, that's true. You are too busy painting. No, never mind. I forgot half of you are hobbying on here, so that's fine. That is an absolutely excusable reason not to chat. It's like we almost do need like almost like voice to type. Where did I see that? Basically going back into some of these areas that I feel like I made a little too light. So I can darken them up a hair. The thing about mini painting, it's all about contrast, contrast, contrast. So you want a lot of darks and lights, and you want them to be noticeable. You're painting something small. Okay, that looks a little better. Yeah, that was a little strange. I may end up paying some of this off. Of course, when the hell do I have time for that? I may paint a little bit this off stream, but it won't be much. My goal is that a lot of times, my goal is to try to paint most of these things on stream and like completely on stream. But it kind of does get boring after a while. If I just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again. But I guarantee you'll see me finish it. And a lot of things I do, they tend to be small. Especially for this channel, I want to do a lot of things that are small things. They're just little heroes. And that I can completely paint on here. That's too light. I think that's a vine. Right in here. So, Kevin, by the way, I did see the Warhammer videos. So, I am quite excited. However, I'm not so excited to hear they're going to do the same thing like they did with Curse City, and they're going to limit how many friggin' boxes go to, stores. Fortunately, I put in Craig. Orcs are the best, by the way. I love orcs. I want the Beast Snagger box, but I've heard rumors that the Beast Snagger box is going to be limited, said to 4 per store, and it's like, or non-GW stores, and I'm like, are you serious? What kind of BS is this? So, as I said, I contacted the guy at the store who runs the store I go to. That's right up the street from me, the Toy Soldier. And I was like, so, am I getting it or free? He goes, well, you put in for it first. Basically, I pre-ordered before the pre-order. We went in there a while ago and said, hey, when they come out, can you put me down for, I want these. And they're like, sure. So I basically contacted the store owner to saying, I hear you're only getting 4, so, am I getting one of those 4? He's like, you signed up first. You were absolutely getting one of those 4. So I'm like, yay. Now let's just hope that they give them to him. And this isn't Cursed City all over again. That made me so mad. At least he got some in the end, but still made me so mad. He had so many people that pre-order it, and then they just ripped it out from underneath him at the last minute. It is, but legitimately, I did actually put in first for them. I've actually had my name on the pre-order list for quite a while, since when they announced it. We went down to the store and said, hey, can you put my name on the list for these? And they're like, sure. It's a great little game store. I really said, we actually seem to look out. They have a lot of really great game stores. Excuse me, folks, when I stretch a little bit. Hi, I don't have a stretch one on there. We have a lot of great little game stores in, not far, within easy driving distance from me. So yeah, I lucked out there. I could always say I could try Midgard, as Crimson mentioned. They're a little bit further away. I don't know, it's weird because on the surface, Derry doesn't seem like it's that far away, and then I went there a couple times and this is actually kind of far. Yeah, Midgard had all their boxes claimed before it was even announced. Yeah. The only bright side is, unlike Cursed City, at least, it's a faction, so you're really only competing against your other faction players, but still. That to me is just the pits. Hey Gareth, I got a question for you. I'm very although I see sparklies. I don't want sparklies. It's a problem with metal. It does tend to rub off. Yes. Oh, hi, DJ. Yes, we are. I'm busy, QQing about the fact that our stores around here are going to get screwed over again because they're only going to be able to get 4 of them. Hey, at least though, this time they actually know in advance instead of, ordering $5,000 worth of stock. And then finding out at the last minute, oh, well, you can't get them. And it's like, you jerks. I have a real love-hate relationship with GW. I think most of us do. We love their products. They're gorgeous. The minis are beautiful. their washes, their technical paints are great, but yeah, exactly. The minis look so good. But on the other hand, they're like, they're crap to their customers. They're crap to their stores. I mean, at least they're starting to bring back some competitions, but it's, Games Days, I've never made it to one, but I know they were a really good time. Something. So pretty sure they still have limited production capabilities. Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, but yet, you look at the Dominion box and they seem like they have plenty of those. Or did they cap that too? Okay, that's fair. Recently, I've had some good customer service experience with GW. Maybe they're getting better. I do feel like they are getting better. But this whole thing, that the way that they're treating the stores. Dominion came in waves. Well, see, but I would be fine with that. I'm not the type that needs it right on opening weekend. I don't care if I wait. But when you're going to limit it to 4 per store, period, and there was nothing about waves, it's 4 per store. This is coming from Spiky Bits, which is a very reputable, mini painting news page. But my point was, since they do have Dominion and they could produce it in much larger quantities, obviously they do have the capability. You know what though? Most mini companies will do that. If they actually, here's the question: did they exchange them, or did you actually get to keep the busted ones? Because now I'm kind of curious. Because, like, if Reaper, or I've done it with what the heck is it? Steamforged, the ones in England. Steamforged Minis did the same thing. I've had times when I've been missing a part, and they'll just send me a new one. They say keep the other one. So just out of curiosity, did they let you keep the box of defective ones, Kareth? Oh, see, it's not as good. See, now what are they going to do with them? I know why actually most mini companies will let you keep them, the defective ones. They don't want them back. Because what are they going to do with a box that's missing a part? Put the part in it and then you have something else that's missing a part. Yeah, when I ordered Gabriel, he had some bad pieces on Resin Cloak. I told Forgeables, they just sent me another. Yeah, most of them will do, because I think what the deal is, I don't think they want to dispose of or have to deal with the bad set. So these look like they could use some highlighting. It's a little bit flat. I'm trying to go through actually some of these areas and brighten them up a bit. Some of these look a little too uniform. Oh, I did have a question for you. I did, because you're working on this too. What about this here? Is that bark coming off the tree? DJ, I think your job is showing. That's true, though. They could use it for quality assurance purposes, get the return, and start an RMA or return materials authorization, or even an NCR to change their inspection process. NCR, you probably did, but my phone, I will look at them later. Although, actually, I'll look at them now. It's coming out good. I do really dig the orange. I was gonna say the one you say. Do you actually? I will ping you later. I love that blue though, and I love the blue and the orange together. I feel like the eyes need a little more definition. It looks like you get green around them. But honestly, it's not bad considering that you really haven't painted too much. But I like it. I love the orange and the blue. All right, have a good night, DJ. It was nice you dropped by for a couple minutes. So let's see. And Gareth says, with the box I got, it had only 2 sprues, but they were both the same, and they both seemed quite flabbergasted by that, so they wanted it back. I see. And the eyes are bugging me. All right. Well, as I say, you got a decent brush, right? Maybe you can. So there's my eyes, and basically, I don't know. Also, you should. I'm hoping you can be able to see them clearly too. But basically, I took the very centers and I did them white because I'm doing kind of glowy with like a glowy type effect. So, that's the center of your light. So I put in white in the centers. And if you actually look, I only did like a dot of pure white or of white. It's not even pure white. Actually, I think it was, come to think of it. Let me lower this a little bit because I realize I'm a little high on screen. And then I basically just took the purple color because I want to be purple glowing eyes, and I just kind of went around it and brushed it on. I'm debating when I actually want to go back over it. Did the white see, I actually did the white last. Let me ask, did you also, this maybe the photograph itself too, because I notice a lot of times with his head down, with his head down like this, oftentimes the light doesn't get into that very well. But actually, I did the purple around it first, and then I did that white dot last. So, because I wanted it to be as light as possible. I know and I'm pretty sure I know which one too. Did you paint in the eye socket? So you painted the eye socket white, right? But you didn't paint around it white? Because I feel like the biggest thing, it said either A, it's the photograph itself, and it could actually be that I'm not seeing the eye, that there's not enough light getting into it. I noticed this when I'm trying to photograph it too, that the light doesn't get in here and I don't see it very well in photographs. Not around, really hard for me to see. So, all right, so it is an issue of you seeing it too. That's why as I said, that's why I actually have, these are actually stronger than I would need to actually read. You're when it comes to minis, you really need serious magnification unless you get really good eyesight. I used to have good eyesight, used to being the operative term. Sadly, my eyesight as I'm getting older is going to total shit. Pardon my French. Also, you want to make sure you have really good light. That will help too. When I paint here, I have a Kio, a Razer Kio camera, and it's got a ring light on it, and that ring light actually is pretty bright. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's just said. It's almost like we need to get you something So when I paint, I didn't want to do it on stream though, as I actually have a set of optimizers which really blow everything up. So it's almost like you need something like that. Something that's stronger than your glasses. And actually, with a set of optimizers, she does. Okay, then that's good. It said hopefully. Oh, okay. Well, actually, another trick you can do is you can actually wear, because it's just, they just come out. You can actually wear a pair of glasses underneath, and they will all magnify. So if you don't find that the optimized enough, you can always try wearing your glasses underneath too. She's mostly blind left eye. Yeah. So depth perception must be fun. So in fact, you even can do this at all. I have tried. One time, actually, on my optimizer, I had like a single lens that would blow things way, way, way up, but I couldn't use it because once I tried to shut the other eye to be able to try to paint, I had no depth perception. I couldn't friggin' figure out where I was hit, so I wear my glasses and magnify. No depth perception. Yeah, all right, yeah. If you've got one eye, that's yeah. And that is a definite problem. And I'm not sure. I don't know, I have to research it. I'm not sure about a workaround that. I got to work around a lot of other things, but I don't know about that one. But still, do this for yourself too. This is a fun hobby. It's meant to be fun. So, also, question though, how good is your lighting that you've been using too? Because that also helps. It's having really good light. I don't know if it'll help won't really help with the depth perception thing. She is. Oh God, I didn't realize that, by the way. That basically depth perception's a major problem. And the fact that you're getting the paint on there, that's just sick. Most people would agree with that. The fact that you're even that you get the paint on there neatly is just, that's a big freaking deal. That's what, people like you, I'd say to people who don't want to paint or that don't think they can do it, I'm like, listen, I have a friend who basically can't see out of one eye, and she does this, and she loves it. So if she can do it, there's no excuse for you. Well, you guys both know, Amanda Knightley, aka Misa on Wheels. And her hands. Basically, she has Marie Charcot-Tooth syndrome, which basically ruins, she can't close her hands. She can't really use her hands very well. And yet, she can still paint, and she can still put the paint on neatly. It's amazing. And and basically I will say to anybody who doesn't think they can do it, you can do this. You absolutely can do this. It just takes, you gotta have to me, you have to have some patience. I know somebody said, well, if you love it, you don't need patience. But I still say, at times, you do need patience. Because there's sometimes when when you've been going over and over and over something, it does start getting old. Like I've been going over and over and over parts of this.
Moist.
Chazzes! That is a great way to make yourself known. I fully expect Michelle is going to do that too. It's so good to see you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bunny. I'm just trying to give you helpful advice. Because I feel like I want to, I definitely am happy you love painting. It brings me such joy when people love this hobby. No, and you know what? That's probably the best attitude to have. But I still don't mind trying to help you to make you a better painter too. And you know what? Regardless of all that, you will improve. You absolutely will improve by practicing. You'll probably figure out, you'll say probably at some point, you'll be able to work with the depth perception issue. You'll figure out a way to adapt. We do as human beings. We are actually really good at adapting things. But that's all that matters, is just have fun with it. Hey, you said you can tell me to go screw. You can tell me to go away if I'm being too much of a pain in the neck.
Moist.
There's Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I said I'm happy with it, but there's so much to this. Why did we pick it? No, I think it's great we picked this, Biddy. I really do. Because I think we're going to see so many different variations of this. So, I am totally, as I said, I know Tharivol does the summer one. I'm totally thinking of doing the same thing in the winter and running one then. Because we're all trapped inside it. Well, maybe not all of us, but all of us in the north are trapped inside it the winter. Who wants to go out when the air hurts your face? My nose is itchy. I swear to God, these glasses, they make my flippin', having them down so low so I can read chat. Well, I feel like I'm trapped at times. I found more. Look, I found more moss. There's so much moss on this. I'm doing when I originally was thinking of adding moss to this too. Like, maybe I still will. I'm not positive on what I'm doing here when I start for the finishing stuff, but I will think about it. One of my favorite things I painted up, and I gave it away because it was for a charity thing, was the what the hell is it called? The Graveyard Golem, which I love that piece. At some point, I gotta repaint it. The neat thing about... Oh, that's okay. But yeah, the neat thing about something like that, I actually have a scenario, a D&D scenario I wrote called Dance Macabre, and it takes place in a graveyard. In fact, actually, the goblins on the Goblin server, if you were reading like my story back, which time was it? When I was painting the graveyard. Oh, that's right, it was 2 ranks ago. I'm on the last rank of the Goblin Paint Challenge, so yay. But 2 ranks ago, when I first started actually when I decided to take and make, instead of backstories for 4 minis or 3 minis, I think at that point it was 3 minis, I decided to just make one ongoing story and break it up into different little chapters. So I did the Reaper Graveyard, all the pieces I could do like in a night, because I'm also trying to do a mini a night. I'm really happy with this. My brain is starting to I'm tired. Work has been murder. So my brain is starting to, I think, probably melt down and leak out of my head. So I was working on, anyways, what I was going to say is, it actually worked for the stream because I did base an actual D&D scenario on that graveyard. Or rather, I based the graveyard on that scenario. It'd be kind of neat to actually run it. And it did. I took the inspiration was the song Dance Macabre. And if anyone's, it's by Sansons. Or Sanson. Probably the S is silent because it's French. And it's a really great to me it's such a great Halloween song, but it sounds like you can pick up, there's a bunch of ghosts and ghoulies and stuff in a graveyard. They're having a dance. It's a waltz. So I wrote a scenario based on it, and So that was like the origins of that scenario when I wrote that story. So needless to say, the graveyard golems, even though they aren't technically a part of the story, I could always put them in that graveyard and I could paint them on here and have it qualify as a game piece. So Michelle and Chaz's, how are you both tonight? You been working on anything interesting or anything exciting going on that I've missed in the Goblin chat? Although I do always seem to have, I have the notifications always going, so I always do see when you guys post. Actually, wait, come to think of it, Gareth, did you ever answer my question? Let me go back. I think we get derailed by Michelle and Chaz's arrival. I'm thinking those are bark, so I'm going to paint them as bark. Oh yeah, no, was this stuff down here that's like hanging off, is this considered bark too? Yeah, you did say bark, okay. So I did miss it. As I said, I was derailed by the arrival of two awesome people, so bark, 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 bark. I mean, I can tell I didn't do anything with them because they're actually like shiny. I think the black primer was a bit shiny. They're also metal. Oh, if I can get in there. What? Oh, shoot. I hate it when I do that. My brush when I was painting the green caught this little edge right here. I can get in this way. How about that? And I said I added a little bit of the Kraken, or added a little more to the Kraken purple into the paint, into this to make a bit of a highlight. Oh, you will see me Sunday. I'm trying to think of who you are, Colar Case. I'm pretty sure you obviously know me. I just don't know you by your tag. But it's good to see you. You'll have to tell me you were on Sunday. Unless you tell me now. I said, obviously I know you. I just said, I just don't know the tag. And obviously you're from around here. I mean, I can guess, but I do know a lot of people. But yes, of course you'll see me on Sunday because I kind of host the thing, so I better show up. So, as I've mentioned before on this, anybody who's from around Bethune, sadly, no Bunny. Bunny showed up the last time we had it, or the first and last time we had it, because the last time was the first time I had it. Well, I will see you then. I'm sorry you have to go. It's been nice having you on the stream, though. And come back. Come back soon. But as I was saying, yeah, I know you're too far. That's why I'm like, So basically, in Methuen at the Queen's Gambit, I do a monthly painting afternoon painting party. They're calling it the painting party, which reminds me, I actually probably have to repost it to remind people on my Facebook circle that we're doing this, who might not necessarily follow the Queen's Gambit on Facebook. Well, the other exciting thing is I'm actually going to do a painting birthday party there. So everybody, if anybody who's around me in Massachusetts, I don't mind doing paint and takes as birthday for like a birthday party, but you do have to pay me for that one. But basically, I will bring all supplies. If I have to pick up the minis, I'll charge you for the minis, and I'll charge you a fee for my services and my time. And I can put together a paint and take party for you. People seem to really enjoy them, so... Well, ask Kevin. Ask Kevin for next... You obviously can't do it until you move up here, but after that, you guys can hire me. Maybe we'll even give you a friendly discount. I tend to be a sucker for my friends, so... alright, so... Of course, if anybody out there other than Kevin, because I know what he'll ask, has any questions either about painting or whatever, don't hesitate to ask. I really do like to help people, with their painting problems. I just like to make people get better at it too. And, when I was a little kid, I said I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to teach art. I didn't end up teaching art. I ended up going into graphic design. In some ways, I'm kind of glad, because to me, there's way too many politics in teaching. That was kind of my take on it. Gotta keep half an eye on time because... No. Kevin cannot borrow or have $5. I'm gonna ban you from the question thing too. You two now work together, so... You two are so adorable. Really, you two are so cute together. I don't think I ever actually highlighted. I was starting to. I think I ever actually finished highlighting these. I'm certainly glad. It seemed like the rain and the thunderstorms. Supposedly we're supposed to get thunderstorms today, and we haven't seen anything, so that was good. Yeah, I know, Kevin. I know. You didn't put her up to it. It was her own idea. But even then, it was still your idea in the first place. That's the thing now. You two are together, so you're together. So now, you're on that wavelength. So you probably subconsciously gave her the idea. Then again, if husbands and wives could actually, read each other's thoughts, I'd be able to know exactly what my husband was thinking right at this moment. Sadly, it doesn't work that way. It's like, oh, yeah, well, this meme's about everything. There's literally memes about everything in existence, I think. Yeah, we'll keep these kind of a brighter green. And by the way, I'm so here for the fact there's memes about everything. So before I come on here, I record a Starfinder homebrew actual play podcast. It's audio only. And one of the things that we do is we will sit there while we're playing and we will post memes in our private chat channel on Discord. Because I told you, said earlier, I'm a terrible person. Alright, so what do I want to do with all this moss? I mean, that color is a really good start for this moss. I actually was looking up pictures of moss, which I may do right now. And I think I have an idea. So moss tends to run more towards I always sort of imagine things on a color wheel, and I imagine every color's got their two sides. You've got, like, all right, in this case, if it's green, you've got a blue side and you've got a yellow side. So I feel like the moss color tends to trend towards the yellower side of green. Glowy moss. I don't think I'm going to do glowy moss. I did the glowy eyes. I think that's good enough. I want to make it. I actually really like the color of it, but the one thing I want to do is I want to do highlights or something like that on there. It's right now it's just one color on there. It's fairly shallow, so I mean I could actually put a wash on it. That wouldn't be too bad because it's got a lot of texture in there, and washes and dry brushing actually are best on highly textured areas. This one I'm trying to actually really, I'm trying to do it as a really good piece of mine because I want it to be a display piece. As I mentioned, the piece we did last year is the Nagas that are on here, and I think it's definitely one of my better pieces. That's cool. Maybe I'll give him crystal shard eyes. That'll stand out for sure. Yeah, well. Oh, there's an idea. You could actually, like, maybe you get actual crystals and you can paint the crystals so you could actually see them better. And then stick them on them. Oh, let's see. So I was going to go on to Firefox and go into Google Images. I have to actually type that in. I love Google Images when I'm really kind of stuck for an idea. And I'm going to put in moss. And I'm going to look at it with my glasses up because I kind of need to. So it definitely, most of these pictures, it definitely trends towards yellowish highlights. They're still green. Maybe this pale green. That's not bad. That actually looks pretty close to all the pictures I see in moss in this. I may not put a shadow in this. Actually, it said I really like the moss the way it is. I may just highlight it. Now, I'm not really, I said I could dry brush it, but I'm thinking I might actually more side brush it. Side brushing is when you don't totally dry your brush like you're dry brushing, and you hit it from the side, so you only really catch the higher areas. I want something that'll blend more than dry brushing. I'm going to kind of dot it on. Sort of like edge lining. Although this is texture, so it's not really, you don't really have the edges to line. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add some yellow into this. I'm throwing my brushes around. I'm going to add some yellow into this too. Just want to keep the texture. You notice as it dries, it definitely darkens up. Most colors do. Would I drop the brush? You know, it wouldn't be a night if I didn't drop my brush. I always seem to drop my brush. That gives it a nice texture. I'll go with it. I'll go with my smaller gauge brush too. There's so many areas of moss. You know what? I see I missed a spot. Let me go back and fix that. There. Contrast change dry lighter. Yeah, I guess that's true. So I said I'm just sort of dotting it on. I said I was going to side brush, but this actually works pretty well. I'm just dotting it on the higher areas. I will go with this color first, and then I will probably go and get some yellow. I guess it sort of could be glowy, but I think it's drying a little too dark. Then again, there's a lot of things that are backwards about contrast paints. I love contrast. It said actually that was another thing I should mention. As far as annoying as it can be, they also make GW does make really good contrast paints. I like them. Dot 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 dot. I'm sure this is so exciting. I'm even gonna get under here, because why not? It said I may do some of this off stream just because there's so much to this. And to me it gets a little boring. But I also like for people to see how I do things. I think that's why I like to watch other painter streams. I like to see how they do things. You know, and if I can learn something from them, that's all the better. Glad it's still early on in the month. We are literally volunteering to watch paint dry. Well, wait, volunteering? You mean for this? I was gonna say you're watching, and here you watch me apply paint. But I'm trying to think of what you're volunteering for to watch paint dry. Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'd like to think you're actually looking at me apply paint rather than just at drying. I mean, Bob Ross proved that people like to actually watch him apply paint to a canvas. He was one of the first streamers, in a sense. Well, though without streaming. And yes, I used to love to watch. I used to love to watch. I don't know if this is the joy of painting, but I used to love to watch Bob Ross. I also loved Captain Bob too, who's. I don't think he's quite as well known, but he used to come on. I want to say Sunday mornings really early, and he'd do like all these, nautical sea pictures. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Bob Ross is definitely on YouTube. I know they get a weekend marathon of. Although here's the funny thing is, actually I think it's a weekend marathon of the joy of painting because at times I know I've actually put it on, and it's not Bob Ross that's on there. Happy little tree. Hey, look, it's a happy little tree. Come to life. I think that works pretty good. I said I definitely think I want to hit it again with some yellow. Yeah, I'm going to do that now because that's something a little more exciting. Let's see. What do I have for yellow colors? I do have the non-metal metallic highlight, which is a really nice yellow color. I think I might want something that trends even a little more. I don't know if I like that. Let's see. I know this is hard. This is hard. I want to find a yellow. Well, I mean, I want to find a little yellow that isn't really going towards orange. I definitely want it to go a bit more towards green, but I don't want it to be totally green. At least what's in my brain. This might not be bad. I'm going to try Calistria yellow. Calistria. There's a fun god right there. When most of your temples are brothels, you probably have a fun religion. And I need the pokey stick. Oh, it's really tight. That's what she said. Where's Michelle for some inappropriate comments? Some appropriate, inappropriate comments when you want her. Oh wait, I'm using the little brush. There we go. All right. I was like afraid to do this. I think with the yellow, I'm going to keep it mostly to the highest areas. They're picking up the most light. I may have to, that may be a little too strong. You were all thinking it. Yeah, I'm sure you were. I'm glad it wasn't just me. So I'm going to wait till this dries. I may actually want to hit it. I almost feel like it's a little too strong a green. I want to blend that in a little bit. So I really want to have some thin green paint. That's better. That's better. It's amazing. The yellow covered too well. Since when does yellow ever cover? So I think that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna go over and dot the sun. That's a very yellow-green, isn't it? I think I might know what you're talking about, but I'm not positive. I definitely do not have the colors memorized. I know, shocking, right? Nah, I kid. Seems minty. Oh. Oh, so it's a minty green rather than like a yellow green. So it's more towards the blue side of the color wheel than the green side, than the yellow side. I'm not a fan of yellow. Yellow's not, I mean, yellow's not my favorite color, but it is the complementary of purple. So that's why I do, you know, if I have purple, I do tend to use it because it goes well with purple. That's sort of my take on the army and the colors for my orc army. I want to do it's sort of a take on the Bad Moon clan, because that is black and yellow. And I feel like it does, you know, it gives the moss and this a nice little pop. That kind of needs. One of the things I like to do with yellow too is I actually like to highlight it with purple. Like actually wash it with purple. Purple makes a nice shade color. Actually, I just did a little goblin last night for my daily paint. I'm going to do one of the other ones from that set. It's like the Elite Goblins that Reaper makes. Oh, thank you so much for the raid. Now I'm going to have to... I'm only going to be on for another 10 minutes. Hey, Jared. Oh, Jared, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to let you know I did send you out your mini that you won. I was only going to be here for 14 more minutes. But I'm so glad you guys are here. Kathy! Oh my god, it's a Kathy Wapple. Oh my god. She's a freaking legend. Maybe I should stay on longer. Sally, I'm going to go raid. I'm planning on raiding. We have the Goblin Double feature tonight. So at 10:30, we go raid another one of the Goblins of Mordor goblins. In other words, we're all on Michael Mordor's Discord channel. I'm so happy to see you guys. So I'm working on this guy. There for our community paint. What are you? You're the best Wapple, right? I believe that's what what I heard you say. Ooh, let me get it away from the camera. I'm not like totally wrong spot here. So this is Reaper's Spirit of the Forest. I've written it so many times you think the best Wapple. So how are you guys all tonight? How was your Big Jim, how was your stream? Because I know you were streaming. I seem to stream when you do. And you know what? Because I can do this. Let's see if I can do this. I have to, whenever I type in this, I'm actually like have to negotiate all my painting stuff. Well, we have a bunch of you right now, actually. So you gotta follow, if you don't follow these people, you need to follow all these people because they're awesome. Let's see. And if I miss somebody, I'm really sorry. Let's see. Kathy Wapple. Kathy Wapple makes me look like a bad painter. Let's see. Oh, how have I put in the shout out thing here? Okay. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad you like it. I really am. I've been, takes like, it feels like it's taking forever. Maybe I'll bring that to paint date. I was gonna try to, do it all on stream, but I might actually do part of it off stream. But it'll just be boring parts. Who else? Let's see, who else? Oh, Jarrett. Did I get Jarrett? I didn't think I got Jarrett. Jarrett, who was my winner of my, my painted mini that I had to give away. Alright, that's the one, obvious ones. Let's see. So welcome. And it said, I'm glad you all at least made it over for the last few minutes. Had to is a curse? Wait, what? Shit, what did I just say? Carol's had a very long week, and it's only Wednesday at work, and my supervisor's not out. Oh, I had to give, well, here's the thing, Jarrett. Yeah, I kind of do, because I have so many, minis here. You know, I'm like a glutton for the Reaper Kickstarters. That, yeah, I kind of have to give some of them away. If you notice, I'm actually going to do give myself something to strive for. Yes, Kathy, abso-freaking-lutely. I wish tomorrow was Friday, too. It has just been, like I said, my supervisor's out, and I'm literally the only person in my department. And there's a ton of work to do, so I don't know how I'm even going to get through it. Shame. Is that you? Is that because of the Reaper Kickstarter? So, yeah, I mean, I noticed there were definitely minis that I got in this latest Kickstarter that I already have, that I've already painted. So I will be doing those as giveaways too, so I don't have to store them here. It's off. Yeah, this has just been, it's been a week. But basically, I'm doing I'm doing a subscriber giveaway. Whenever I get to 50 subscriptions, I'm going to give away another painted mini to a subscriber. I had a promising start. I had like 8 people subscribed, so I'm not complaining. That's more than I thought I would get. So right now, basically all I'm doing is I'm adding some yellow into this moss. And trying not to overdo it. Fortunately, it seems to be blending in pretty good. And if not, I just go back over and I'll blend it in more. So, I am link friendly, so if, oh my god. I am link friendly if people want to post any pictures of stuff they've done. I love to see it, and I can actually share it on screen. I figured that out. I'm so happy about this. So, Acid Punk, I got my order, and this is for Reaper Minis. It's only 100 pounds across 2 boxes. Yeah, mine was about 12.7 pounds, and the ship. I'm pretty sure it was 12.7 pounds, or no, it was 11.7 pounds, and the ship. So that was big enough. I mean, I actually managed to get it. Did unbox it all. I do have pictures. I really should post the pictures up on my social media. But I did manage to unbox every last thing, and I got it on this table. So, hey, hashtag goals. But I said I love to see what people's working on. So yeah, if you have any links, please feel free to post them. Dot. Oh yeah, I didn't even start doing these yet. So now, how are you all doing tonight? Anybody Anybody doing anything exciting or painting anything exciting or playing anything exciting? Or, I mean, it is hump day, so we can start thinking about the weekend, thank God. What'd you get? Let's see. Is this what you're working? Is this what you're working on, Kevin? Let's see. Oh, that's really good. Here, I will definitely put this on. So I gotta go to Streamlabs, and I gotta zoom down to display pics, and I gotta switch back. Put my glass up. That is, you know what? I really dig the white. That is amazing. The white came on so smoothly, and white is usually the worst thing ever to paint with. Let me scooch this over so I can actually read chat. I gotta switch things up again so I can read. Oh, I can't wait to see what that is, Big Jim. Haven't done highlights, it's just battle ready. That came out really good. Alright, let's see. I will go to Big Jim's. Whoops, it moved. There we go. Oh, nice. That is a really cool map. I love the sea serpent you have in there with this really cool volcanic island. Or it's not an island, I guess it's connected. Very cool. All right, Gareth, we'll be over in a couple minutes. So as I mentioned, it's the Goblin double feature, and we're both patrons of Michael Mortar, and so we're part of the Goblin Army. So it's like it only made sense that I stream at starting at 8:30, and then he streams at 10:30. So I go and raid him, and we have the Goblin double feature. That's really cool. All right, let me switch it back. It's always trippy when I put on, when I have just the screen on here and I don't shut it off. Off. There we go. So, thanks for the last minute raid. I'm sorry it wasn't. Sorry I didn't get here sooner, but someday I'll get to one of your streams, Big Jim. Although I do hope I see you on Sunday. I really do hope I see you on Sunday with other people. I can't wait. Said any of you, feel free to kick me a follow. If none of of course, who knows? Everyone on Big Jim's stream might have already be following me because you brought in so many people. Follows are free. And I'm trying to think of what else. What else am I doing this week? I think I'm just... I do not have... Let's see. I do not have Cred this week, which is the D&D meets Cthulhu that I play on Murder Hobo Inc. You can't... Well, let me put it this way. I bring supplies, but they are cheap supplies. Because if I have kids or just even adults that don't really, they'll squish out a lot of paint or whatever. I mean, basically my supplies are craft paint. And it's to give people who have never tried painting a chance to try painting. Especially if I do cons, I do get young kids there who will paint. And, and brushes, I get the cheaper brushes. Just because too, and I'll get adults who do this too, believe it or not. They'll leave it. Don't ever do this. Don't ever leave your brush sitting in the water because you'll bend the tips, or I've had them where they haven't even cleaned them off, believe it or not. So I don't buy expensive supplies for this because I can go through them. Although the cheap brushes have actually held up reasonably well. But if you have your own supplies, you know, and they're good supplies. You should bring your own supplies. That's fine. It's a free event. We're not charging for it. I mean, I will take donations that go back to the painting area where I buy more paints and brushes and things. But honestly, I really just like having a bunch of people. It's like this channel. I just like having people to, you know, hang out with, to paint with. So, all right, let's see. So, what am I doing this week, as I was saying? All right, so basically, I'm going to keep working on this guy. He's starting to get there, though. There's so much detail. It's just crazy with all the mushrooms and things. So let's see. I said there's no cred this week. I'll be back on Saturday next for this at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So come and hang out with me. And that's a pretty rollicking. That was a pretty rollicking day the last time. So yeah. Oh, correct. Kevin's gonna be painting more blood ravens. Yeah, I know. Totally shocking. Cause, well, I have a gig coming up. I actually have a commission coming in. I think somebody contacted me about it. They're also doing blood ravens. No, and well, more importantly, thank you for showing up. Thank you for rating. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for the bits. Yeah, it's time to go raiding Gareth. And hang around for Gareth. He's really cool. He's looking to become an affiliate himself, so please give him some follows. I think he's actually really close. It's just now more of a matter. He needs 3 people on there at all times. And what else? The other things. He's got to stream more. So have a great night, guys. I hope maybe I'll see you at some other point when I'm on. Saturday afternoons are pretty fun. All right, so raid. Ed. He's on this list because he was talking. Yeah, if you're in the New England area, come and visit me at the Queen's Gambit in Methuen Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern, of course. I hope I see you, Big Jim. Let's go. I'll believe he's ready to go. 3,